Ladies and gentlemen, the life of someone that works in a building where radio goes on. I thought all the fun and money had been sucked out of radio by the time I started working in it. Clearly, some of it's alive and well, just not in my world or on my show. Yeah, goodbye. Where were we before boobs? Oh, yeah. All right, I would be all in favor of legal action that separated church and state. That would be freaking fantastic. But we don't have that yet. So, subpoenaing sermons at this stage in the game is, let's be clear on this, insane. The fact that the church has to hand over any sermons that are critical of a lesbian mayor for being a lesbian, yeah. Okay, if you're writing sermons that are critical of a lesbian mayor for being a lesbian, and I feel sorry for the people that attend those churches and actually feel that by living in a city with a lesbian mayor, they're blowing it with God. That's their tacit approval of a gay lifestyle, and that's going to send them to HE double hockey sticks where they're going to be spit roasted by Satan himself for all eternity. Because, yeah, if you're stupid enough to fall for that line of BS, then I feel horrible for you. But nevertheless, there are people that are stupid enough to fall for that line of BS. And, well, if they feel like they're blowing it with God in this particular situation, before we have new paperwork, new writing, new laws in place to separate church and state, which is, let's be real here, is not happening anytime soon. Until that all happens, this is insane. The fact that the church has to hand over any sermons that are critical of a lesbian mayor, not only a violation of religious freedom at this stage in the game, but also a violation of the idea of free speech, which is, in my humble opinion, just as, if not more important than the idea of separation of church and state. We're not doing one right. We could at least do the other one properly. And I find myself confused that I'm even saying this, because the idea of separating the political process from what goes on in places of worship is something that I'm so completely behind. But in this instance, they should sue the city, and hopefully they're going to win. Funkhauser, do you have that thing that gets you kicked off of a plane? Do you have that piece of audio?
I'm sorry, sir. You're going to have to check that.
I got it.
No, I'm sorry. That bag won't fit.
No, I'm not. Hey, I'm not checking my bag, okay?
Okay, there's no need to raise your voice, sir.
I'm not raising my voice. This would be raising my voice to you, okay? I don't want to check my bag, okay? And by the way, your airline, you suck at checking bags, okay? Because I already did that once and you lost it. And then I had everything screwed up very badly for me, okay?
Well, I can assure you that your bag will be placed safely below deck with the other luggage.
Oh, yeah? How do you know my bag will be safe below with the other luggage? Huh? Are you physically going to take my bag and put it beneath the plane? Are you going to go right now outside with the guys with the earmuffs and go put it in there?
No.
No? Okay. Then shut your pie hole and listen to me when I say that I am finished with the checking of the bags conversation.
Sir, we have a policy on this airline that if a bag is this large...
Okay, you know what?
Take
Just give me a little pause off of my bag, okay? It's not like I have a bomb in here. It's not like I want to blow up the plane.
Sir!
I just want to stow my bag according to your safety regulations.
Sir!
Hey,
sir!
If you would take a second and take the little sticks out of your head, clean out your ears, and maybe you would see that I'm a person who has feelings, and all I have to do is do what I want to do, and all I want to do is hold on to my bag and not listen to you. And the only way that I would ever let go of my bag would be if you came over here right now and tried to pry it from my dead, lifeless fingers, okay? If you can get it from my kung fu grip, then you can come and have it, okay? Otherwise, step off, bitch.
Yeah. Last Wednesday, a guy in a Philadelphia airport, or rather on a plane in Philadelphia, he got kicked off said plane by people in hazmat suits after he said he'd been to Africa and had Ebola. Turns out, not sick, hadn't been to Africa, but that sort of stuff will get you kicked off a plane. And you know what? I don't know. Like the Ebola thing, you want to treat it with the appropriate seriousness. You don't want to let it rule your life. But at the same time, you want to be cautious. And if someone says, I've been to Africa and I have Ebola, and they're sitting next to you on a plane, well, that's cause for a little bit of concern, I think. Anyways, it'll get you kicked off a plane. Here are a bunch more things you shouldn't say on a plane. because they can get you kicked off. This is a new list that just came out. The word bomb, like Ben Stiller's character in Meet the Parents. You can get kicked off a plane for saying it. That's just not what happened in the movie. Last year, a dude with Tourette syndrome wasn't allowed. Did you see this? He wasn't allowed on a flight in D.C. because he could not, because of his Tourette's, stop saying the word bomb. He had a note from his doctor, but it didn't matter. In that case, he said bomb almost 100 times while he was waiting to board. Anything about an explosion. You can't say explosion. It's kind of like saying bomb. But a while back, a German guy got in trouble when he told an attendant he got in trouble when he told a flight attendant he had to use the bathroom because he was going to, and I quote, blow up. Apparently in Germany, people say that when they really, really need to use the bathroom. But the flight attendant didn't necessarily recognize what he meant. You can't say anything about terrorists. Last year, a guy who runs a blog called Live and Let's Fly was on a flight from Newark to Istanbul. And it was a new plane, so he took some photos of the cabin. Then a flight attendant told him he wasn't allowed to. So he stopped. He explained he's a blogger and said, "I hope you don't think I was a terrorist," which she told the pilot about. Boom, kicked off the flight. You can't be rude about the crew. This is the one where the common sense starts to take a bit of a nosedive. Back in July, a guy in Denver tweeted about how rude a gate agent was. Got kicked off a plane for it. And then they wouldn't let him or his kids reboard until he deleted it because the agent said the tweet made her feel threatened. You can't make any jokes about the pilot being drunk, which is unfortunate for me if anybody that works at an airline that I'm flying recognizes the fact that I'm that guy from that show, because for a while a good chunk of my shtick was based around pilots slamming vodka shots before getting on a plane. But yeah, you can't make any jokes whatsoever about pilots being drunk. Last week, a flight in Philadelphia got delayed after someone made a joke and the pilot had to take a sobriety test. So yeah, if you're going to stop me from landing in my chosen city, if you're going to slow my arrival at the destination by making a joke about the pilot being drunk, I'll thank you to Shuddy. Also, a woman who tweeted about it wasn't allowed to board, apparently because the pilot and flight attendants didn't like that she posted photos of them online. Thank you so much for hanging. Be back tomorrow. Oh, wait, no, I might be flying tomorrow. I might be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging. I'll be back eventually. You are the bestie best.